Going on to you, Sagittarius. So let's just jump right into it. So you have the Nine of Wands, okay? You have the Ten of Swords, the Sun, then you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Page of Wands, okay? You have the Knight of Swords, okay? You have the Devil, you have the Empress, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Six of Swords. If this reading resonated with you and you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address is Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com, or you can check out my website. The link to that is in the description box and the comment section in the pinned post below. Please make sure to get my book at Amazon.com. The link to that is in the description box as well as the pinned post below too. So for the Sagittarius, what I'm seeing here for y'all is, yeah, a lot of you Sagittarians right now, right? Not a lot of wand cards, mostly sword cards, right? Air, needing to let go, detach from certain things. The only wand card, the only few wand cards that I have, or fire elemental cards, are the Page of Wands, right? The problem that the dysfunctionality that happens in relationships with you, Sagittarius. Someone in the relationship is trying to act like they need off days, and that, they're so stressed and they're so messed up and they're so caught up and they're so bent out of shape and all that type of stuff, right? And the Ten of Swords is that, but you were the ones that they're doing it at your expense, and that you Sagittarius need to understand that it's not necessarily about the blame game. You have to let go of this person, right? If any of you Sagittarians happen to be in a relationship with somebody, or is even getting to know somebody, and you're not even in a relationship, and they're already giving you issues, they're already giving you issues like that, this is very much so a situation for you. Hold on a second. It came off. But this is very much so a situation for you, you Sagittarians, where you gotta go ahead and leave them alone, you know? Because what's the thing is that what's gonna happen is that you're gonna be in a situation where they're gonna essentially get you to be so stressed, you know what I mean? And whether it is that Sagittarius likes to admit it or not, Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that does stress. They do get I don't know what it is about Sagittarius. Okay. I don't know what, sorry about that. I don't know, I'm having some mic issues, but I don't know what it is about that. But Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that does end up getting stressed. So, you Sagittarius do have to be in a situation where you got to act like the sun, where you're not really stressed at all. You're really out here doing your own thing, um, having fun, continuing to live your life. Um, don't be stressed. Don't let these supposed significant others really stress you out, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, they're really lame anyway, because I done seen in my own personal life, uh Sagittarians really out here stressed out, really caught in a situation where they're getting gray all in their hair. And there's no reason for that, especially if you Sagittarians are really out here doing your thing, right? And that's what the sun, you're supposed to be the sun right now. You're supposed to be the center of attention and having fun. But this is the situation that a lot of Sagittarians end up in, right? Y'all, when y'all are young, Sagittarius are usually the ones giving people stress, because Sagittarius is usually the ones that, what I mean, run around and do a lot, and you know what I'm saying, the stallions and stuff like this, and they're running free just in the wild, right? But then when the Sagittarians get older, that's when the stress comes in, you know but the sun card represents, so y'all have to learn to essentially figure out a place in your lives where y'all become like a little one again, when y'all can have that innocence and enjoy yourselves. Otherwise, y'all in for a lonely, dysfunctional, long life. I'm telling y'all. And then you have the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Page of Wands. So the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands, okay, these cards represent how you also need to understand too. You also need to understand too that what you've got going on here is the Ace of Swords is, and quit giving your light, quit giving your attention, quit trying to be with quit trying to have so much fun with people, and really pay attention to the content of their character for real. Because the Ace of Swords represents you're in a situation where a lot of you Sagittarians still want to have fun, and no doubt Sagittarius is a zodiac sign of a zodiac sign of having fun, right? One out of the many of having fun. And if you have a party, call a Leo, call a Sagittarius. I'm telling you, they'll know how to get it, popping. They'll know how to get it cracking. So the thing is that the Page of Wands, though, because you have the Ace of Swords, is about you giving a little bit too much thought to non-serious relationships, right? Wanting to, you know, be with these people long term, and it doesn't work out. The Page of Wands represents the way that you should look at it. Like they're just for the breeze. You know what I mean? It's just a short term kind of relationship type style. And I understand that some of you Sagittarians some of you Sagittarians may not necessarily want that. Some of you Sagittarians may want to be in long term relationships. But to be honest with you, it's just the climate of where it is that we at right now, where a lot of people out here doing a lot of unnecessary stuff. You can always go ahead and check out my video somewhere around here where the name of the video is Why Virgos Go Through So Much, or to something of that effect. But the point is that I in the video I explain Venus, and I explain why Venus is such a detriment, really, in modern society, and why it's just not the time for that right now. Um, and I explain why. But go check that out, because somebody had asked me if I can put that into explain it in the Virgo's form. But really, it's for every zodiac sign. But then you have the Knight of Swords, which represents you find yourself in a position where people are very combative towards you, and you're trying to help them out. No doubt. And people can be. It's because of the Devil card. The Devil card is like I said, the time that we in. And the Devil represents time because it represents Saturn, which represents time. It's the times or the era that we in, because we're in a situation right now where everything is inverted. I ain't gonna say everything, but a lot of things are inverted. So what most people consider the context of a relationship to be, my dear Sagittarius, is not really what it actually is. It's actually quite dysfunctional in nature. So believe it or not. So it's actually a debilitated Venus is what is the exaltation, especially in this time, because a debilitated Venus means a person would know what love really is, and they're not faking it. To Venus, that to people who have Venus in their chart in a zodiac sign that is accelerated, and in a house that is accelerated, you can find yourself in a very compromising disposition if you're not careful. I'll just say that and move forward. And then you have the Empress, which represents Libra, which is ruled by Venus, which is the perfect representation of the direction in which it is not supposed to be. The Empress is not supposed to face that direction. The Empress is actually supposed to face the other direction, just in general or period. But it's due to the fact that, again, it proves my point yet again, bearing itself out to the authenticity of this reading, to how it is that, again, a lot of times people are actually in this inverted world where their concept of love is not actually what it's supposed to be. And the Empress being a trick card of itself, where it's meant to trick you, because the tarot system is a very manipulative thing, and that only very few people really understand the tarot enough to be able to understand that it's booby trapped. It's booby trapped. So you have to interpret the tarot correctly. If not, you can potentially hit on certain points, but but other cards, I should say, the way that you may end up reading may not necessarily be the best thing or the wisest thing in the world. So, a lot, it could venture off and your reading can end up turning out messed up. And then the things that you have, the Knight of Pentacles, which represents the slow and steady approach, is ultimately how a lot of you Sagittarians should want to play it. Because the slow and steady approach is about you taking your time to really observe the person. See, that's the thing though, that's the thing that Venus will teach you. Venus, I may make a video about this in the future, may or may not. But Venus represents how you need to understand that Venus is about the friendship aspect of the relationship. So romantic relationships, right? But the friendship aspect of the relationship. You understand? As to where Aquarius represents like friend, like platonic friendships, right? Like overall camaraderie, right? Libra represents relationships in the context, I should say friendships in the context of a romantic relationship, because it represents peace. So what happens when you have peace amongst two people? You have a friendship. You have people who get along with each other, friendship, right? But put that now in, since it's Venus, put that now in the context of love, a relationship. So now this is where it is that you get people who are in a relationship that works because they have that they have that foundation of friendship there. But when you have so many people rushing into a relationship and all this other type of goop, all this type of gobbledygook, right? All this type of mess, what happens? You have a lot of people who think, friendship is lame. No, it's actually the context of what builds the relationship up. How you gonna have a relationship and there's no relation to each other? You have to be able to relate. What is the word relate? Being alike, seeing something in each other that is alike, that is similar to one another. So how you gonna be in a relationship with somebody and the two of y'all are not really alike at all? The two of y'all don't have anything in common. Come on now. It's a whole lot of gobbledygook. And then you have the Six of Swords, which is another trickery card because it actually represents people coming in as opposed to people going out. So the people coming in is that this is coupled up with the Knight of Pentacles because it's supposed to show you how you need to understand that, pay attention and watch the people who are coming in, and really pay attention to them so that they don't do damage to you or your lifestyle. Let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles, because matter of fact, let's clarify the Empress, because this is something that really needs to be talked about for real. A lot of people think that I get on here and I'm just talking gobbledygook, and people like to play hard headed. They don't want to listen to these readings. They want to. Okay, I mean, you could do that if you want, but I'm telling you cheat codes. But if you don't want to listen, it's all on you. You have the Star, you have the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Star is, to clarify the Empress, the Star is you want a relationship. A lot of people want relationships. The mass collective wants relationships. Okay. but you're going about it wrong. Because take a look at the Ace of Swords. You're combative. People are actually fighting each other, is what it's saying. You're actually fighting each other instead of using that very same sword or your tools or your common sense or your creativity to help, build with each other and create great relationships. You're using it to fight against each other. To do what? To get quick fixes of a relationship, to get quick, physical intimacy, quick money, all this other type of stuff. Then you have the Three of Pentacles. Instead of doing this, so the whole foundation of the house, the whole foundation of a home is built incorrectly. It's built incorrectly. Let's clarify the Devil card, because these cards are very important to understand for you, Sagittarius. So you have the Ten of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Six of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is again, don't necessarily look at it like it's a terrible thing per se for you Sagittarians. Look at it from a perspective of, now that you have more game, now that you have more wisdom about yourself, now that you have more intelligence about yourself, now you have a better understanding of what you're doing. So when you see people coming to you with this inversion, right, this dysfunctionality, you already supposed to know what it is. The Two of Swords and the Six of Swords is about how you don't remain guarded. Don't keep yourself guarded, because that's where the power is. They are going to be guarded. They may be guarded, but if they are the ones that's guarded, you should be able to know the ones that is guarded. If you keep a guarded castle, so to speak, it can be very detrimental for you, because how are you going to escape if the castle is under attack? So don't leave yourself too locked down, right? And then you have the Six of Swords, which represents people coming in instead of going out. So it represents that this problem is going to persist, where you are going to have dysfunctional people who are going to come to you again, and that you Sagittarius need to be able to peep game and deal with them accordingly, because this issue is not going to stop. There's going to be more and more dysfunctionality happening, which you're going to have to arm yourself with this knowledge so you know what to do. Peace.